crypto retirement. Now is the time to invest in your future. We are giving you a chance to obtain a lifetime membership to Token Metrics' AI research platform that puts machine learning together with human analysts. September 10th is the day. Mark it on your calendar. Get involved now while ETH is still reasonably priced. There will be an exclusive alpha group in the Astrobot Discord. That, as you can tell, is only available to Astrobot NFT holders. There will be spectacular airdrops like what we saw in Azuki earlier this year at NFT LA. Get on the whitelist now. Join the Astrobot Society Discord and follow at Astrobot Society on Twitter to get the link where you can mint an Astrobot. We are live. This is the market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. I was like sort of shocked to see myself in the commercial that started the market update. I was like watching myself. I was like, oh, look at that. This show is brought to you by Astrobot Society. Follow them on Twitter. You'll be glad you did. This show is also brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. If you need a roadmap in crypto, follow Astrobot Society. If you like today's content, feel free to hit the like button. And believe it or not, even though I don't always say this, I strongly recommend sharing today's stream. Okay? Always subscribe to the Token Metrics YouTube channel. But today is kind of a listen up day. So let's welcome all our friends on the stream today. We have Bull Runner, Observer 47, our regulars. We appreciate it. Jacob from the UK is here. Crypto Lion from Arkansas, another regular. Top recruits. Iman says ETH is crashing. Good. So nice of them to cheapen it up for us. Soli Soul, Augusta, Georgia. Sam Monak is here. Welcome, Sam. Okay, Yasir is here from Poland, India. Okay, Andre with the notorious love. Appreciate that. Slovakia, the Middle East. The moon is here. Donato, I did have a good weekend. I did. It's like I finally got to it's finally Labor Day. It's finally time for ETH. Cheers from Italy. Italy out there, we love you. We love you. I know you got just crazy energy bills, but we love that makes us love you even more. Okay. Baby Whale says the lower you squat, the higher you jump. I like that thinking. Freedom loving South Dakota in the house. Okay. Some notorious love from Ashton. We appreciate that. Crypto Crazy, Uncle Bill, good to see you. Tahoe is here. Okay. Litecoin in the house. All right. Damian Pierce. Hello from France, Portugal. Land of the energy protests. So the Fed's going to continue to hike rates and hurt our friends in Europe. You know what? I don't think so. Our job as United States citizens and the United States government is to not only protect ourselves, but to protect our friends in Europe. I failed to see how higher rate hikes and stronger dollar achieve that. Lewis with some notorious love. California, Germany, Cyprus, right? Baby Whale is here. Alan. DCF is noting that there's a huge Bitcoin dump going on. Megan says, Megan, what's up? What to buy? Let's talk about that. All right, people, let's get into your market update. Let's start with all the fun news that's out there. Okay, let's start with this. So here we have a dude at a market in Saudi Arabia. He says, I'm at the Saudi pier talking about Bitcoin, asking people about Bitcoin. He says, you heard about Bitcoin? The lady says, cash only. Guy says, cash. She says, it's fake money. Not gonna make it. This guy says Bitcoin to the moon, and she says You'll need to go to the moon then. And he looks and says, not going to make it. Really? Okay. You monkeys just keep right on selling. Go ahead. Sell it. All right. Goldman Sachs says $2 trillion surge in European energy bills by 2023. To put the number in perspective, that's 15% of GDP. So let's hike rates more, right? Let's just, I don't know. It's like, let's just shoot the dead horse, as they say in Texas. Ridiculous, right? It's like, we can't have the Russians crushing Europe with energy prices and the Fed crushing everything with rate hikes. It's just, they can do what they have to do in September, and they can do some generic token move in November, whatever. Right? We got to start looking past this. Okay, ETH merge. Okay, at Bobby ONG, the merge is scheduled for the 13th. ETH holders will be airdropped ETH proof of work tokens. Remember, I talked about this. They're going to give you proof of stake ETH. So that'll be like the future of tech. And they're going to give you, I don't know. I'm going to call it Bitcoin ETH. They're going to give you proof of work ETH that you can run NFTs on. The future of money. If that collapses after they sell, if everyone sells that and buys Ethereum Classic, I say do the opposite. Sell the Ethereum Classic and buy the proof of work ETH. What should you do to best position yourself? Here are 7 steps. Okay. All right. So ETH miners aren't going to be able to mine. Miners are going to fork ETH to a proof of work version that they can continue to mine. Okay. The best would be to have full custody of your ETH on a hardware wallet. If you're holding ETH on an exchange, your exchange may or may not give you the forked tokens. Okay. To get the proof of work tokens, you must hold ETH on a wallet that supports the fork. Okay. For exchanges that support the fork, this is probably the easier option. Okay. You will not be getting any ETH proof of work for your ETH held on Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, Avalanche, or any other layer 2 scaling solution. Bobby ONG says move your ETH back to the mainnet before the merge to get the ETH proof of work tokens. There will most likely be a DEX on the new ETH proof of work chain to help you unwrap your wrapped ETH proof of work tokens. Okay. Just basically saying, just unwrap your ETH before the merge. The best alpha is to get hold of ETH proof of work tokens immediately, according to Bobby. Okay. Again, not investment advice, but ETH proof of work, right? Probably safe from the SEC, because again, ETH is proof of work now. So new proof of work ETH, better than Ethereum Classic. It's the new shiny object. Proof of stake ETH, proof of work ETH, accepted for payment here. In the metaverse, etc. Okay. So Bobby goes into all the details. I'm not going to go into all the details. I do recommend this tweet. Okay. Now, back to macro. Okay. Back to macro. Okay. Just so you know, the merge is coming. Upgrade your clients. Okay. There's a September 6th Bellatrix upgrade going on, right? And there's more merge activity expected between the 10th and the 20th. I just can't imagine how this doesn't result in an ETH freight train. Let's put it that way. Like in research, you get paid for imagination. So whatever they do to crypto today, whatever bullshit is going on, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if interest rates are going up. I think they're topping. I don't care if the dollar's going up. Europe is in trouble. The euro is in trouble, but, okay, great. Europe is in trouble, but does that mean you should want the dollar? I mean, yeah, I know everyone flocks to the dollar, but I mean, how long can we really do this trade before someone questions it? Okay. So to drive this point home, Russia to legalize the use of cryptocurrency in international trade. So this is just a part of the Russian full court press to undermine the dollar, and I hate to say it, but it's going to work. Okay, this is a Zero Hedge article from back in April, talking about the Kremlin confirms its intention to back the ruble with gold and commodities. Okay, I just put it on my Twitter that I like gold. I like it. Okay, I like it better than Ethereum Classic. This is ETC. This has been going up. Everybody thinks miners are going to start mining this. They're not. Okay, they're not. And you can have all kinds of volatility. So before we go to the PowerPoint, let's just take a look at what's going on. So, ETH, once again, having trouble with the 60-day exponential moving average. Like I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you might get ETH at 1,500. Hey, wait a minute. Is there an NFT thing coming up? Hey, wait. I thought art and stocks weren't correlated, or art and the economy weren't correlated. Goldman sees $2 trillion surge in Europe, hurting their economy. And there's some cool art coming out soon. Oh, and they're selling ETH below 1,600. Oh, goodness. What a set of facts, not investment advice. Let's go to the PowerPoint. I don't know if I can drive the point home any harder than that. Okay, it's time. It's time. It's time for a lot of stuff to happen, right? It's time for the market update to go to the next level. The next level in terms of alpha delivered. It's time for art and stocks are not correlated, and it's time for ETH. Okay, and it's time for Astrobots. So over on the right there, that is on my Twitter profile page. That is my personal customized Astrobot. Okay, the market update, as you know it, is not going to be free on YouTube anymore. It's going to be for Astrobot holders and Token Metrics customers. So, even if you have the lowest price plan or the lowest priced Astrobot, you will be able to get the market update. The Premint link is all over the PowerPoint, right? Premint.xyz/Astrobot Society. Okay. Sign up to get into Premint. Sign up to get on the wait list. Okay. It's a lifetime subscription to Token Metrics. Okay. It's various plans. 60% of it is like the investor plan, which is pretty good. But all NFT holders will get the market update and the associated alpha group, which I'm planning to be like a Wall Street morning meeting. Okay. And if you can see what, frankly, the you-know-what hitting the fan across the board, legacy, crypto, ETH merge, geopolitical risk. Somebody sent me something today that the Pentagon is doing, let's just say they're doing ICBM tests, nuclear weapons. They're doing them more frequently. Alpha, Discord, right? Join our Discord. Okay. NFT collection, Astrobots will mint September 10th. I will hopefully be live all day, not all day, but I will hopefully be live during the mint. Okay. Now, if you've ever been a customer of Token Metrics, as I'm told, you're eligible to get on the Astrobot whitelist. Again, sign up using the Premint link. Okay. Sign up using the Premint link to get on either the whitelist or the waitlist. Okay, again, Astrobot Society Discord. If you go to Astrobot Society on Twitter, you can find the link to the Discord. Get in the Discord. Astrobot Society holders will get a morning meeting plus the market update plus more, right? We're essentially going to turn that into all you can eat, or all I can deliver in terms of charts, alpha, conversation about news, right? In other words, we're going to be talking about it all. It's like we're going to be on a virtual trading desk like in the old days. Maybe I got to go to Google and put up what a trading desk looked like, where traders would all sit next to each other and they'd have a radio box next to their desk called a squawk box where they would listen to research. What's old is new again. Conveniently, we have a Wall Street analyst who knows how to deliver that kind of research, just going to be doing it in Discord. So, you can buy a bunny NFT or you can buy some cool art that has functionality. Okay, somebody's like, oh, if I could only get whitelisted. Well, again, join the Discord, right? We're going to give away 10 whitelist spots to anybody who tweets hashtag Astrobot Society. So get on Twitter and get busy doing that. 10 random winners. Also, we're coming out with a video on this. It also stands to reason, again, this is not investment advice, that in order to mint an NFT, you have to have ETH in your wallet and maybe a little extra ETH for gas. Okay. So if you got to go to Coinbase, it can take time. If you got to use MoonPay inside of MetaMask, if that functionality still exists, you can't buy an ETH-based NFT without ETH. If you need help getting ETH into your wallet, support at tokenmetrics.com for customers, or DM the guys in Astrobot Society, or ask in the Discord. Being on the whitelist is awesome, right? But you got to have ETH in your wallet, whether you're on the whitelist, the wait list, or, you got to come in when the general public is offered it. Okay, here is the pricing as of this morning. Whitelist sale is 0.35 ETH. Okay, how convenient that they're smacking ETH today. Very convenient. Waitlist is 0.4 ETH. Public sale is 0.45 ETH. So I leave it up to you. Value is a perception, right? Art, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Art and stocks are not correlated. The ETH merge is coming up. Is any of that investment advice? No. Are those facts for you to consider? Please do. Please consider these facts. Note the big gaudy Premint link at the bottom. Get busy. Oh, another slide. Okay. The NFT is going to launch, and we keep giving you samples of what it looks like. We've got the boombox radio, right? All kinds of different colors and textures on the Astrobots. So again, yes, it gets you into the Discord. Yes, it gives you a lifetime subscription to the platform. And that's all cool. I don't know that I have to talk too much about that. I mean, you're getting research, right? How can you're here listening to me because you want research. Okay. So the Astrobot gets you access to research lifetime. That seems pretty straightforward. Right. Exactly. Okay. I got done telling one of our senior guys today, like, dude, I want to get in for the art. I want in on the art. I mean, yeah, lifetime token metrics, awesome. I want the art because there's stuff on our Twitter where you like zoom in. These Astrobots have texture. Yeah, this is like real art that they did. Okay. Now let's get to the market update. So the dollar, wow, 110. Hey, anybody talk about the dollar index going to 110? Yeah. Okay. So now we're here at 110. Crypto, it's the apocalypse. Bitcoin's getting killed. Bitcoin's going to 14K. The dollar's going to the moon. Okay. So the dollar could go higher. There's problems in Japan and Europe, but really? Really? Okay. So let them hit it. Maybe they got to hit it for 2 days in front of the CPI number. Maybe they got to run scared. Good. Good. Allows you to possibly pick up 0.35 ETH. Not investment advice. Will Europe cave and buy gas in rubles? Italy says end energy sanctions against Russia because we are on our knees. So the fact of the matter is Mr. Putin is winning. Europe and the United States are divided. Joe Biden hasn't woken up from a nap yet to figure this out. We got to do something to save Europe. And if that means capitulating to the Russians, then we have to make our obligations to help our European friends. We can't have these people freezing to death. I mean, seriously. Right. I mean, we've been fighting the Russians for 100 years and we'll probably fight them for 100 more. This one goes to Mr. Putin, right? We got to save Europe. Okay. And even if we don't save Europe, hiking rates in their face is just not going to work. It's not going to stop inflation in the United States, right? It might create demand destruction in housing, and that's well underway, right, with where mortgage rates are. So, okay, like I said, everyone's like, oh, God, they're going to hike rates way more than we think. Yeah, these are the same people who are telling us that inflation was transitory. They might do more rate hikes, and they're going to do a huge one in September. But, like I said, how's that helping Europe? Okay, long bond yields, interest rates. So I had a long-term target of 3.5% for the long bond. That's the 30-year bond that the mortgage rate is attached to. So I guess I'm trying to say that I think 3.5% is it, right? That's it. I mean, period. It's like, the economy is going to roll over hard, right? I mean, retail sales numbers are going to be there. People are going to walk away from Black Friday. People are going to go back to, It's a Wonderful Life and give each other a book for Christmas and, hope they can afford food. You're not going to see spider wrap at, retailers aren't going to have to spider wrap TVs. They're going to have to spider wrap turkeys to keep them from walking out the door. Seriously. So 3.5% long bond yields. Job well done for the Fed. Stop demand. Not dissing the Fed. They got to do their job. I got to do my job. You got to do your job. Okay, we're done. Thank you. Next trade. ETH. Okay, Avalanche. So something to consider just with this chart, right? Some stuff's going to go way up. Some stuff's going to go way down, or ETH will sit still and there'll be huge volatility throughout the crypto space. You better be careful about what you own and not assume your altcoin is safe. Like this merge goes bad, there could be downside action in altcoins. It could be shocking. It's happening right now. Like, everything was stable and then Bitcoin is getting slammed as I'm talking. Okay. September 6th, right? The day after Labor Day, right? Midday. All kinds of volatility out of nowhere. Expected. Right? Like I said, ETH and ART. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I do work for a company that is doing an NFT launch. But how long have I been saying art and stocks are not correlated? Like one of the guys that is kind of the point man on Astrobot Twitter wrote the report when I was running a little analyst group, right? He wrote the report. Art and stocks are not correlated. It's 5 pages long. Okay, my opinion on ETH. So Jesse Livermore, a famous trader from the early 20th century, pretty big trader at the stock exchange, kept a little notebook. He had a little formation he called an accumulation cone, where, something accumulates or consolidates in an upward sloping band. And if there is a breakout, it's a big breakout. To keep it simple, right? You can study the chart. Basically, you wind up with 7 bounces back and forth in the middle, and then the parabolic is 8, 9, 10. How high can ETH go? I don't know. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. When they get done hitting it and they realize that the Fed has to be done, it's not whether they want to be done. They have to be done. They cannot send the euro into oblivion, and they cannot crush Europe. They just can't do it. Even if they want to do it, they can't do it. ETH quant levels. So if ETH is above 1656, I think you consider that neutral to bullish. If ETH is above 1752, I think it's Katie bar the door and it's gone, and you got to start, bulls have to think about small dips That's all I'll say. Now, if it's Christmas, they might take it back to 1566. That's not labeled on the chart. And wow, if you want to give me ETH on the 2017 high at 1450, oh, well, please do. Please do. Okay. Like, everybody has talked about ETH. Everyone's like, oh, you know, there's going to be a flippening. And everybody's talking, right? There's a saying at Wall Street. Everybody looking, nobody putting, right? Meaning everyone's talking about ETH. Everyone's like, oh, ETH is a currency of culture. Oh, ETH this and that. Okay. Well, place your bets, homie. Do it, right? I mean, if you believe in ETH and you're not doing this it's probably the biggest event ever, and you're going to tell me it's priced in, whatever. It's like ETH at 300. Everyone's like, oh, this can't go up. Meanie and Balina on YouTube, 2019. Oh, yeah, no, ETH's not going to move. It's dead. Right, of course. Right? Same thing with this. People don't understand. Everyone's got like no memory, right? When ETH goes, it goes. So when ETH went down, when we're doing sell in May and go away and get to the chopper, right? ETH dumps from 3,500 to 800, just like zoom, just happened. Okay. So speed, magnitude, and direction. Why can't it just go the other way? Just do it. Right? Do it. Huge open interest build up in Ethereum in a confined space. So ETH has done nothing, and people are placing their bets. So obviously, if it's a fail, ETH will go down. You know, in Vitalik we trust. If we can't trust Vitalik, then this crypto market's effed. But if we can trust Vitalik, then all these people who are betting against ETH are going to have to cover. That's why this whole build up in open interest in a confined space matters. Because the market's like wind it up. Everyone placed their bets. It's like a giant poker table, right? Everybody's all in on ETH. This giant pot that's there, right? Merge good, you get the pot. Merge bad, shorts get it. The pot in ETH is huge. Huge. Okay, Bitcoin, everyone hates it. 19,300 is support. One of two things is going on in Bitcoin, right? Either everyone's panicking because of the dollar. Bitcoin sitting at 20K is the same thing as Bitcoin sitting at 6K back in 2018, and then Bitcoin's going to fall out of bed. That's possible. A lot of people talk about the flippening. Nobody talks about the flippening happening with Bitcoin going lower. I'm not hating on Bitcoin, but there could be a time where Bitcoin goes down and ETH goes up. It's very unlikely. I think Bitcoin is very underappreciated, and nobody is paying attention to the fact that, dollar bullish sentiment seems absurd. I have no idea how the Fed continues to tighten past September, and everyone's selling Bitcoin like it's going to zero. What? Back when inflation was transitory, it was like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to. When Bitcoin was at 35K, it's like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to 100K. Bitcoin's going to be at an all-time high by the end of the year. But the same people are selling Bitcoin below 20K right now. What? Are you crazy? I seriously, it's time to go the other way on this thought process, right? Oh, it's a new high. It's good. Bitcoin's going to a new high, and inflation's not a problem, and the Fed's not going to tighten. Now it's like, okay, Bitcoin's going to 10K. Bitcoin may hit 10K if the Fed has to go off or there's a geopolitical event or something like that. But I don't understand why everyone's giving up on it now. Not when you're about to have the biggest event in crypto ever. So, yeah, people are selling, and we'll see what happens at support. But I don't know why everybody's giving up on Bitcoin. I don't. Okay, Novogratz says seller fatigue means market may have bottomed. Okay, Novogratz is not stupid. He loves to talk his book in public, or he loves to talk about what he's seen at his big hedge fund, which is kind of like an investment bank for crypto. So when people are buying huge amounts of Bitcoin, right, in the over-the-counter market, they're doing it through Galaxy Digital. So either Galaxy got gig along or him and his friends all got gig along. right? You want to sell Bitcoin at 20K? Oh, somebody will take it from you. And if they're wrong, well, they're wrong. Like, this guy's a risk taker. This is the guy with the Luna tattooed. Okay, yeah, he was wrong on Luna, right? He was probably right on Luna. He just did the wrong thing on Twitter. But to assume that this guy is stupid, bad move. And that is the market update from outer space with the Astrobots. Okay, so let's see what we got going on in the chat. All right. Let's see. Market currently dumping Bill, and Bitcoin is under 19,300. I'm still holding my Bitcoin. I can't wait until it drops to 12K. Why so bullish? Good question. Okay. Because I just don't believe, right? I just don't believe the bearish case. I believe in the case for crypto. No, it's everyone's like, oh, crypto adoption's never going to happen. I mean, let me ask you something. Who do you want to believe? Okay. Do you want to believe like this person telling you Bitcoin's not going to make it at the bazaar in Saudi Arabia? Or, whoops, I'm not sharing the screen and I didn't get the yellow card because you didn't notice. Okay. So here we go. This guy's got selling Bitcoin and this lady is like, no. Or how about giant world powers going, you know what? Let's use crypto and trade. Now, of course, that's not what we want, but just remember, every big innovation has been adopted by bad guys, right? The classic case is the American muscle car, big engines, okay, goes very fast, used by people to deliver alcohol. When America declared alcohol illegal, the cars could outrun the police. Now it's practically a macho male status symbol to have a muscle car, and nobody remembers that it was innovated by bad guys. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, somebody was talking about Luna Classic was mooning. Let me see if I can get this up. Part of what happens with the crypto market, because I hear there's all kinds of stuff going on with like Bone, Luna Classic. I'm trying to get the symbol here. Okay, Luna Classic. Let's see what I get here. Oh, of course. So naturally, and I think this is going on like the Doge and Sheeb layer ones, like, Luna Classic is mooning. We've always, the crypto markets always got to moon something stupid right before there's like some kind of scary correction. So maybe this is the scary correction over the next 2 days. I don't know. Why is everybody buying this and not ETH? You're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the wrong guy, right? It's like everybody always buys the wrong stuff. I mean, they were buying ApeCoin at the top of the market. They were chasing and FOMOing into stuff. I don't know. This is Bone versus Wrapped ETH. I don't know if I've got this right, but some of these coins on these like speculative altcoin layer ones, and I'm glad to see crypto innovation. What I'm not glad to see is like FOMO and stupidity when like real investing themes are about to take off. Can you imagine somebody going, oh, I bought the top in Luna Classic and was too depressed to get involved in ETH. Oh, please. Does somebody know why it's crashing again? Honestly, we don't. I mean, stocks are stable, right? I mean, stocks don't look very good. I mean, I think one of the reasons why this thing could be blowing up is interest rates, right? Like there's a God candle in the 30-year bond yield, right? So this is attached to the US mortgage rates. Everybody is running in fear of the Fed or inflation or higher rates or a stronger dollar. So here's the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, dollar yen. Okay, it's like seems like it's unstoppable. Let's see. See if I can draw a resistance point. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Wow. So a little hidden pivot work. Okay. And let's talk about this. So, I know that the dollar versus the yen is a very complicated relationship. I know the Japanese have problems. They can't allow interest rates to go up, so they're just relentlessly printing the yen to try to keep their bond market from falling apart. It's really complicated. Okay. It's really complicated. But again, nobody wanted it. Like Ray Dalio was buying it down here at 113, or he was buying it down here, right. He was buying it down here. I think Ray Dalio is a huge hedge fund from Bridgewater. So, he was buying it at 102 and, nobody wanted it. And now it's at 142 and everyone wants it. Right. It's like I just don't like trading with the herd. Okay. Okay. So here's a little here's more news coming out. Okay. Breaking: China to start paying for Russian gas deliveries in Yuan Rubles instead of US dollars. So why is everyone buying the dollar? Right? I mean, China and Russia have been trying to undermine the dollar. I mean, it's been their strategic plan for 10 years or more. So they're undermining the dollar. Everyone's buying the dollar, and everybody is Let's go over this again. The bad guys are undermining the dollar while everyone is mooning the dollar and selling what Satoshi created as the alternative to the dollar. So it's like, okay, let's just put up like an 89-minute chart of Bitcoin just to see, just for some funnies. Okay, yeah, okay. You know what this is? I always talk about this. This is a give up trade. Bitcoin. This is just people giving up, right? It didn't work out in the range, right? And everyone's just going to give up now. This is everybody going up. Just going to mark it right here, and who knows? Maybe I'll eat my words, but and small coins that people have seen this when we do our live TA. Give up trades are the time to get, to start thinking bullish. You may not get a lot of gratification right away, and give up trades are ugly. They go down way more than you think. They go down way more than you think. Now, Bitcoin dominance is now below 40, right? So, okay, boys, have fun. Have fun with this. I mean, again, this could also be stocks. Stocks are getting monkey hammered, right? There was don't go long into a long weekend. That's right here. Right. There's don't go long into a long weekend. And, these guys have got to deal with demand destruction, lower earnings. Okay. But I mean, the harder stocks go down short term. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that does drag down crypto. I'm not going to be naive. But, the Fed probably wants stocks down. So S&P right now is at like 3,800. And the next chart's a point's probably like 3766. So, okay, how about a 5% blowout in stocks? How about they just wreck it? Let me see what this is if they took it down to support. Yeah, it's about 3.5% down. Okay. So how nice of them. So nice of them to take down stocks, ramp bonds, panic in the dollar, hit crypto, and we're just like standing there. Not investment advice. We're just like, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Art, ETH. I mean, you know, I joke on the live stream that sometimes, the market update could be like one sentence in one chart. Art and stocks are not correlated, and everybody woke up today and decided to panic in ETH. Oh, great. Cool. I don't have ETH in my wallet. Okay, well, sometimes it can pay to have ETH in your wallet, not investment advice, right? Okay. So those who learn to run away live to fight another day. That's right. If you did a bad trade and you FOMO'd into ETH at 1700, you need to adjust your risk. The most important thing to get right off this merge is your head. Get your head right. Get your head right. Then you get your wallet right. Then you get your art right. Then you get your position right. Okay, Andre, we appreciate you too. Thanks for watching. Okay. Somebody said my joke take profit was hit. That's good. Okay. Kit says BTC grabs liquidity at 18.5 before it gets bullish. Okay. Lousy says do a long if you talk bullish. Well, you know what? I did a long today. You know what I got long? I got long gold. Okay. I already got ETH. I already got that. Okay. Let's see if I can bring this up. I mean, yeah, everyone's going to make fun of me on this, but I don't care. Gold, right? It's like, okay, gold open interest is like at 2-year lows. Didn't share the screen, yellow card. Okay, so gold, right? Giant give up trade in process, taking out support. Okay, the give up trade in Bitcoin, the give up trade in gold, panic higher in the dollar. Gold's the only commodity that has not moved. I mean, we talk about value investing, about buying stuff when it's down. Right? It's like, when do you want to buy stuff? I mean, it's excusable if you see something going up and you want to FOMO in as a retail investor. Now, it's not excusable, and I learned this the hard way on crypto YouTube, okay, or crypto Discord. It's a no-no to scream buy everything at the top of a move, right? If you missed it, you missed it, right? Now, retail traders sometimes they have hope, right? So they jump in. That's okay. It's not okay for me to lead you down the road of ruin if something's going to the moon and beyond. Now, when something's getting killed, okay, it's time to think about value investing, right? Like, if you get into ETH at, if ETH is 1500 or 14 something, that's the time to think bullish. Now, if it doesn't work out, okay, you get stopped out on a trade. Okay, but I'm not, FOMOing into the top of something. I'm not telling you to go out and pay 10 ETH for some NFT, right, to get involved in the art market. How do you get involved in art? I just gave you one. Okay. So I got long gold because I think this dollar trade is BS. I think the Russians and the Chinese are after the dollar. And I think gold, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, okay, and of course, don't forget Zcash, are it's the new money. It's the new money. It's the new world order. Legacy guys call it Bretton Woods 3. What happened to Helium? Man, our fundamental guys, man, they like this. This is just an example, man. This is what it looks like when it goes wrong. I don't know what happened to this. Like, they moved it to Solana and people just flat out gave up, right? This is what I'm saying about the ETH merge. I have no idea how this is related, but fundamental analysts thought this was a good coin, Well, guess not. Right. So Helium is an example of, oh, you think you know something? Okay, let me tell you something. No one knows anything. You know who knows? Mr. Market knows. You can do your homework, you can do your research, you can do a trade. But ultimately, Mr. Market is going to decide who the winners and losers are. That's my lesson from Helium. Okay? Everybody. Okay, somebody's noting that NASDAQ has not crashed, right? So money may be flooding into, Web 2, thinking that they're safe. I don't know. Let's look at QQQ, see what they got going on in NASDAQ. Okay, so I don't know. This is a 4-hour chart. Not even sure how I would draw this. Let's try to draw something here that makes sense. I don't know. This is kind of weird. Like I can't figure out what exactly to draw on this. Maybe what we got to do is go to 89 minutes. Okay. And then I understand people like this. If you do, please hit the like button or leave a comment below. So, okay. So NASDAQ kind of overshot itself there. It doesn't, I would have thought support would have held a couple days ago. So I'm not sure what this means in NASDAQ. What I do know is, why would you buy Web 2 when you can buy Web 3? Seriously. Like, why would you? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is, I mean, I don't know whether this is good or bad. Like, I'm trying to draw a trend line here that maybe makes some sense. It's not really working. Okay, maybe, you can draw something off this, like, that was the low before the low, and then connect it. Maybe make it into some sort of box. I don't know, man. That's stretching it. It would be kind of funny if this did hold in Qs. Again, I'm not. I mean, you do have some sort of divergence here. Okay, so kudos to whoever brought up the NASDAQ chart. Look, people, I mean, you're going to buy Facebook, Meta, Google versus ETH and ART that gives you access to crypto research, right? I mean, how are you going to figure out Web3 without crypto research? I mean, does that really require a 10-minute diatribe? Does it? How can it? It's just too obvious. And then there's art wrapped around it. Oh, and by the way, ETH's at 1,500. I mean, if you told somebody when ETH was at 4,000 that you could pick up token metrics related subscription platforms for life and art at the same time, people would have, like, I don't know. It would have, like, they would have, like, tripped over themselves and smacked their face on the pavement trying to get in. What's changed except price? They've cheapened up the whole crypto space because the Fed pulled the sugar. Okay. Okay, Bill, can you guys at Token Metrics add a new whitelist spot for the Astrobot Society NFT holders? Okay, well, I don't exactly know how to answer that question. I think people on the whitelist, I don't know how many NFTs they're allowing you to mint. I don't know. Okay, at Astrobot Society on Twitter, and then you can get into the Discord and ask them. So if that question is, how do I get more than one Astrobot? I mean, if you want to know my Astrobot strategy, it's like, okay, so I'm getting some information now. Max buy will be announced on Twitter Spaces on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So we do a market update Twitter Space on Wednesday. So if you're interested in loading up, the max buy will be announced. My Astrobot strategy is most of the plans are investor plans. which give you access to our indices, right? Our lower end plan, you don't get access to the indices, but you do get into the Discord. Okay. So, whatever Mr. Market decides, right? If there's cheap Astrobots out there, I'm going to buy some. I'm going to buy some. Now, I don't know if they're going to be cheap or not cheap. The market is the ultimate decider. But I mean, if I'm going to speculate on art, I'm going to eat my company's cooking. I'm going to go speculate on somebody else's art just because some meatball Twitter site or some influencer says it's good. I mean, influencers have been great at picking NFTs, but I have seen our art develop. Am I an art critic? No. Could I be wrong about this? Yes. Have I been wrong before about things in general? Of course. But art and stocks are not correlated. They're not. Okay. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Jim Valvano. Love it. Love it. Okay. Some people giving some hate to Helium. Some people say patience on Helium. People, again, when guys are giving up, and, I'm not advocating Helium because I don't know when the give up trade ends, but, people with time, patience, and money can do research and value invest. Okay. Somebody asked, what about Monero? Kumar says, Bill, I am trying to get whitelisted. All right. Well, get the Discord, hashtag Astrobot Society on Twitter, right? Do a tweet. Maybe do a tweet every day that says hashtag Astrobot Society. So as soon as you get on the market update, you do a tweet and they may be giving spots away, right? Or maybe it's time to get on the wait list. And of course, you got to have ETH in your wallet. I know that sounds moronic, but it doesn't do you any good to be on the list and not have ETH in your wallet. Okay. So Duran does not particularly like my video. Okay. I get it. Okay. It's not making a mockery of anybody. It's making a mockery of people who don't want to hear the use case of crypto. They don't want to hear the use case of crypto, and we love our friends over in the Middle East. Somebody is saying, Bill, what do you think is going to happen to the euro? Okay, well, the euro needs a financial Normandy landing, right? We got to save our friends in Europe somehow. We just can't let them sink into the ocean. Or, I don't know, I guess the Europe has to get cheap enough to where their economy revives itself so it can be super cheap. Like their currency gets super cheap, therefore their exports improve. I don't know. I just think the dollar is everyone is thinking about the problems in Europe and the problems in Japan and why you should sell those currencies. And I was talking about that 3 months ago. What people should stop talking about is why the dollar is king. So there may be something with the euro or the yen, but has anyone considered that there's a problem with fiat? You ever heard this in crypto, right? Fiat's no good. Buy crypto. Who's talking about that today? Nobody. Look at the crypto on Instagram. It's like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin's going to 14K. Oh, we told you it was a bear market. Next year's terrible. What? Okay, maybe. But who is talking about the core issues of crypto? Who is talking about why Satoshi wrote the Bitcoin white paper? Don't you want to be talking about these things before the ETH merge? With the legacy world burning and governments behaving badly? I mean, the Russian and Chinese governments are aggressive. Chinese banks are in trouble. The U.S. administration, I mean, you can like them or not like them. They're asleep at the wheel, right? The biggest political issue in the United States is, what documents and candy wrappers did Donald Trump have in his house? Really? With Europe about to freeze is what we're talking about in the United States. Please. Okay. Government is inept. Government is either evil or government is inept. Again, Maybe it's time to read the Bitcoin Standard. Maybe it's time to read the Bitcoin white paper, right? No, it's, oh my God, look at this red ink. Oh my God, Bitcoin's down 4%, ETH, huge monster reversal candle, right? Right? Like, look at this. Oh my God, I can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at ETH, right, intraday, everyone's like, okay, this is what markets do when they shake people out, right? They get you to give up, right? They make you give up. Maybe the price in ETH is 1547. Maybe that's the price. We're gonna like draw some trend lines and play around. I mean, seriously. I mean, everyone thinks that it's like NASA, right? Where, oh, look at the rocket ship and all the steam's coming out the bottom, and oh, it's gonna just go to the moon, and we're gonna count it down. No, that is not how it works when a market moves. You want to know what happens when a market moves? It's right after everyone gives up. Everyone goes, you know what? I'm out. I can't take it anymore. The merge is going to be a disaster. There's going to be a fork. I don't understand it. Right? I would rather be, chasing S coins on the Shiba Inu layer 1. Nope. That's not how it works. Everyone goes, oh, I give up. It's a disaster. The dollar's going up forever. The Fed's tightening, et cetera, et cetera. Doom, gloom, pessimism. You're going to wake up one day. It's going to be like Ray Dalio says, dollar is finished, buys Bitcoin. It's going to happen. Some big macro hedge fund's going to do it. Okay. Crypto Gamer says, I'm not worried. I'm going to continue to buy the dip while everyone else is afraid. Right? Be fearful when everyone is greedy. Be greedy when everyone is fearful. So this could be scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think the ETH merge could be scary. Good. Good. Fear is your friend when you want to be an investor. Like, if you think that this thing could go up so hard in 20 days, like, you don't think ETH can do a move in 20 days? Let's go to the ETH chart. Okay. I mean, how many days did it take ETH to go from 1800 to 800? Took 17 days. Okay. How long did it take ETH to go from 1,000 back to 1,700? 15 days. How long did it take ETH to go from 3,100 to 1,700? 21 days. So, I mean, what do you want to do between now and, October 6th? I have to leave it up to you. I have to leave it up to you. All right, SKT Con, appreciate that. Okay, Crypto for Noobs is asking Astrobot's 1 NFT per wallet. Again, Astrobot Discord, right, or Astrobot Twitter, right? Stay tuned to Twitter Space, which you can get from my Twitter, the Astrobot Twitter, at Astrobot Society, or at Token Metrics Inc. The space on Wednesday, which frankly has been underattended because the Astrobot guys are on the space, right? And there's Q&A at the end. So, right. So max buy will be announced tomorrow. Links are getting dropped in the chat. All right, let's sum it up. I don't even think I have to tell you about art. Art and stocks are not correlated, so that's it. Right? Token Metrics is doing art. The market update is turning into a massive alpha product, and you got to have the NFT in order to get it. Right? Token Metrics is a corporation. We got to eat. My daughter's going to medical school. Right? you know, these are decisions made at the corporate level. So alpha is out there, and the question is, you can get alpha and art at the same time at a moment when everyone's bearish and everyone is selling ETH with reckless abandon. And of course, don't forget, in order to mint an NFT, you have to have ETH in your wallet. These are just simple facts. They are not investment advice, right? It's not what you do, it's when you do it. So as Arnold Schwarzenegger says, do it. ETH, Astrobots, etc. Hey, this is Bill Noble. We'll see you next time.